Hi everyone, and it's me, Sailor Mars, or Sailor Red World Ray here, and today we're going to be going to two steads. One, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, will be Pennsylvania team of what? Going? Shifting? I don't know what the English word for that would be. And also going to Goodwill Give and Thrift Shop, which is also up there in the same stead. So it means we're going to Penn Hills Township near that we haven't been in since we left it from 2003 YL to 2003 between FYL. And that's where we're going to today. I wrote down a sheet with the name, so when I do make the film, I don't have to look it up because I already wrote down its name, so I can put it in. So yeah, we're just yielding for that. And then I got the Y speaker cleaned yesterday, so hopefully that makes everything want to answer with the first tap. Most likely probably got to clean it like once each week. Gets too smeary and then it doesn't know what you want it to do, and that's when the double tapping and double clicking shit happens. So for all you folks that either got Google Android or Apple iOS or whatever, if you don't clean it off in a week, you'll be double tapping again, no need what your layout is. So yeah, we're just, yielding, for to get going. Well, sorry for that cough. And you might wonder, why are we going to the Pennsylvania team of transportation or running or walking or going? To get someone's likeness sheet nude again, which doesn't come with any lawful bind, unlike a driver's deal where if you don't get that nude in the time set, it becomes a lawful bind. So I don't have to worry about that. I already cleaned everything out. So that's been taken care of.
Okay.
You get the pop?
I have.
She already brought a drink in.
Thank you anyways.
Yes. If I clean this off like once a week, then I won't have to worry about it getting whatever it's getting. Yeah, if I get this clean like once a week, I don't have to worry about the smears making it hard to run things.
So tap better, huh?
Yeah, as of right now, it is.
Well,
Yeah.
then if it starts doing that.
You gotta clean the glass off.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
Well, that's why I told you, because I figured you didn't.
Yeah.
And that's what I figured out when I started having one of these phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really had nothing to do with being worker friendly or not. To do with
well, let's just hope it
yeah, so far
fixes the problem again. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it seemed to be. Because I know after it got cleaned, it took only one tap or so to get into things. So, yeah. So I guess that's
okay.
Leaves.
The other water bill was $38 and some cents.
And that was last month, yes.
This is $29. So
and it came down a little.
$10 difference.
Well, so I guess what I was doing was working then. Good to know.
Yeah, what you're doing is working. So that means that the sewage bill should be somewhat lower.
Yeah, the way water should be less. But you know, sometimes they always like to, yeah, you're right. So yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be going to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation or the Pennsylvania Team of Going or whatever.
You have your ID, your old ID, right, Scott?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, his old likeness sheet. See, at least if you don't get it this nude on time, it doesn't become some kind of lawful bind. Like if it's a driver's deal, then it becomes a lawful bind if you don't get it done in time given. That's deep.
Make sure I put the right thing in there. Okay. There. I can't back up when there's someone behind me.
Yeah. And there's also there's a Goodwill thrift shop that's also there too. Yeah. That means we're going to Penn Hills Township in here today that we haven't been in and out. Haven't only been to it every once in a while, but last time we had to go get anything done would have been in 2022, so like about a year and a half ago or something like that. And I also brought the sheet along, got written down, so I'm gonna have to look it up. Just gotta put it in. And what some folks don't know is they don't tell you this when you get a Y speaker, is that the handbook doesn't say, well, it should say it, but it doesn't. The handbook just says, this is what everything does. And there's some book, it just tells you how to set it up. That's it. It isn't like there's a sheet somewhere that says, oh, you might have to clean it off once a week or so, because if it gets too smeared, it might not know what you want it to do, and you'll have to fight it. And that goes for every Y speaker. No need if it was made by LG or Samsung or Solvomania or Motorola or Google or even Apple themselves. They wouldn't care what running layout it runs off of, either Google Android, Apple iOS, Firefox, well, Firefox OS, yeah. And I know a lot of you folks are going to be like, oh yeah, you should know you have to clean the glass off. Well, for you folks that have one for a long time, yeah, you might know that. Me, did not know that. And we'll see how long it goes with the one tap thing. And I was like, well, why does it get dirty? Because you got to swipe it with your finger to open it up things. Then you sometimes got to scroll with your finger, and that also brings smears on it. It's not so much the tapping, it's more of the scrolling and the swiping that puts shit on it. so they don't tell you is, oh, clean your hands off and then clean the glass off. We'll see how long that goes. Yep. It's going to take us some time before we get there. And those are like 2 steads that, let's see, yeah, we got that there. And those are the 2 steads that we're going to today. So, yes, folks. So far, so good. Now we just gotta know if it's going to be an upload dead zone. Well, you might say, "Ooh, what's an upload dead zone?" Oh, where for whatever grounds, sake or why, even though your wire's interweb has a good feed, it goes, "Oh, I can't upload this." Or if it does, it takes such a long time. It's like, "Oh, I'm more forward." I don't know. Let's hope it doesn't do that. About 11 into this film. So this will most likely be the longest films we had done, well, besides the live streams. So we know this is going to take some time to upload and play, as long as it does. Yeah. And if I didn't get a Y speaker, then I wouldn't have had the upside to do these things. And in the past, a lot of folks would say, "Well, why didn't you get one before?" Well, first, in the past, we didn't get one because A, we thought it was going to be some kind of deal where, oh, well, you got to stick with it for so many years if it doesn't work or it's not good. But then learning from Comcast is that you don't have to stick with the deal if you don't want to. And yeah, that's how it went. And a lot of folks will say, well, they'll go Sailor Mars, they'll go Sailor Red Girl, they'll say, Ray, why you don't film and you sing outside? Because 1, I just don't. 2, because you might get someone or something who doesn't want to be filmed. And 3, that's just the way it is. And I know there's some folks that are all a little sneaky and they go inside and film when they didn't ask the right to do so. I know if you're filming outside, you can do it as long as you're not filming anyone that doesn't want to be filmed. But when you're inside a stead that is a withdrawal stead open to the outlets, then you either got to ask them if it's all right to do it, or if not, don't do it. But some folks are sneaky and do it. And then even if you did get the right for them to do it, then there's always, well, then who owns the double right? Who owns the ownership? Yeah, I don't know. At least I know I have ownership in double red, at least what's inside of this window. So it'll take us some time to get there. Because, yeah, we had to go all the way through Portview Borough near McKeithport Stead near that we're still in right now. Then you gotta go through North Brazils Township near just to go to a Wilkins Township near, just to get to Penn Hills Township near to get there, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, well, it was a good thing that I put it on a mic. Because some folks make this mistake with hand reckoners or even wise speakers, these and middle top reckoners, is they go, oh, it's got a cell pack, and it can go all the way up from 100 to 1 to nothing. Well, therefore, some folks make the mistake is that the longer it has to mic itself up, it starts losing mic over time because it has to do so much mic to mic itself up. So I usually let it go to at least about 70 or so, and then I go, if I'm somewhere and it can't be done, then I got to shift it off and get back home and do it. Yeah. Always this coughing fit. It only seems to happen when I make films. If I don't do it. I don't know. So, we'll see how this goes. Now I know it looks all bright when I'm looking at it, but it's not. You're not going to see any of that when the filming is going on, though. And a lot of folks might say, "Oh, why you choose to film some outings?" I don't know, because it's like a cool thing to do. And it's like, yeah, I could do that, do the filming going there, at least the ride there. It wasn't like I was filming the inside of anything, so I had to worry about ownership or double ride or whatever. You know. And just seeing me like this, you weren't going to see anyone else's Larleys or Waynes or two-wheelers, so you weren't going to get them in if they didn't want to be in it. So yeah, as of right now, that's where we're going here today. And hopefully we just clean it off once a week. We don't have to worry about that double tap thing. And as of right now, it's good. The only thing that I have to worry about is how long this is going to take to upload and for label. That's beyond.
You might not want to record the whole time.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Looks like this is we're going to end it here because it's a long ride, to get to where we're going. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to thumb up, share, and playlist this film. Hit that bind for following and hit that ringer, because sometimes when it works, it'll let you know when the next upload, live stream, and short's been done. I, Sailor Mars Ray, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell. So long.